Yehovah Eloheinu Svaot, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. Start with the Shema, listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey, hand, behold, nail, behold. Shoftim, Judges, chapter 1. After the death of Yehoshua, the people of Israel asked Yehovah, who will go up for us to fight against the Canaani? Yehovah said, Yehuda will go up. Here, I have handed the land over to him. Yehuda said to his brother Shimon, come up with me into my assigned territory so that we can fight against the Canaani, and I likewise will go with you into your territory. So Shimon went with him. Yehuda went up, and Yehovah gave the Canaani and the Perizi into their hands, and those in Bezek they killed 10,000 men. They found Adonai Bezek in Bezek, and they fought against him. They killed the Canaani and the Perizi, but Adonai Bezek fled. They pursued him, caught him, cut off his thumbs and his big toes. Adonai Bezek said, 70 kings with their thumbs and their big toes cut off gathered food under my table. God has paid me back in accordance with what I did. They brought him to Jerusalem, and he died there. Then the people of Yehuda fought against Jerusalem, captured it, overpowered it with the sword, and set the city on fire. Afterwards, the people of Yehuda went down to fight against the Canaani who lived in the hill country, in the Negev, and in the Shifla. Yehuda also attacked the Canaani living in Hebron, formerly called Kiryat Arba, and they overpowered Shisha, Achman, and Talma. From there they attacked the inhabitants of Devir. Devir was formerly called Kiryat Sefer. Caleb said, to whoever overpowers Kiryat Sefer and captures it, I will give my daughter Achsa as his wife. Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, captured it. So he gave him Achsa, his daughter, as his wife. After becoming his wife, she persuaded him to ask her father to give them a field. When she got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, what do you want? She said to him, give me a blessing. Since you gave me land in the Negev, also give me sources of water. So Caleb gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. Next, the descendants of the Canaani, Moshe's father-in-law, went up out of the city of date palms with the people of Yehuda into the Yehuda desert south of Arad, and they came and settled with them, with the people. Yehuda went with Shimon his brother. They overpowered the Canaani who inhabited Zaphat and completely destroyed it. The name of the city was called Hormah. Yehuda also took Azah with his territory, Ashkelon with its territory, Ekron and its territory. Yehovah was with Yehuda, and they took possession of the hill country because they could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley, since they had iron chariots. They gave Hebron to Caleb, as Moshe had said to do, and he drove out from there the 3 sons of Anak. The people of Benjamin did not drive out the Yevusi who inhabited Jerusalem. Rather, the Yevusi continued living with the people of Benjamin in Jerusalem, as they do to this day. The house of Joseph likewise attacked Beit El, and Yehovah was with them. The house of Joseph sent spies to Beit El. The city was formerly called Luz. The spies saw a man coming out of the city and said to him, please show us the way to enter the city, and we will treat you kindly. So he showed them the way into the city, and they overpowered the city with the sword, but they let the man and all his family go free. He went into the land of the Hittim, built a city, called it Luz, which it is named today. Manasseh did not drive out the inhabitants of Beit Shan and its villages, Tanakh and its villages, Dor and its villages, Yivleam and its villages, Megiddo and its villages. So the Canaani managed to keep on living in that land. In time, when Israel had grown strong, they put the Canaani into forced labor, but failed to drive them out completely. Ephraim did not drive out the Canaani, living in Gezer. So the Canaani continued living in Gezer along with them. Zebulun did not drive out the inhabitants of Kitron or Nahalol. So the Canaani continued to live among them, but became subject to forced labor. Asher did not drive out the inhabitants of Akko, Zidon, Aklav, Akziv, Helba, Africh, or Rehov. So the Asheri lived among the Canaani who were living in the land because they did not drive them out. Naphtali did not drive out the inhabitants of Beet Shemesh or Beet Anat, but lived among the Canaani living in the land. However, the inhabitants of Beet Shemesh and Beet Anat became forced labor for them. The Emery forced the people of Dan into the hills, for they would not let them come down to the valley. The Emery had resolved to live in the Haris hills, in Aelon, and in Shavulim. But the power of the house of Joseph grew greater. They became subject to forced labor. So the territory of the Emery was from Scorpion ascent and the rock upward. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this interesting first chapter of Judges? We can ask Yehovah for directions in life. Trust that Yehovah will lead you. Trust that Yehovah fights for you. Fight for what Yehovah has given you. Aim to drive out all that Yehovah does not want in your life. Drive out any and all sin from your life. Fight for the wife you desire. Ask your Father for blessings so you can be fruitful and multiply. Be specific what you ask for and have good reason for asking. Trust that Yehovah is with his children who obey him and fear him. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can encourage others to put their full trust in Yehovah. Bear one another's burdens. We can fight for the wife you desire. Trust Yehovah, fear Yehovah, and obey Yehovah. Produce spiritual fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, self-control. We'll end with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts. He will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete.